Darwin Greenwell, ThorKnowsFitness.com. This is our second nunchuck video in our series, and so please make sure that you don't miss the one that we did before this, but this is nunchuck video number 2. So for this one, I want to do some flipping motions where we're actually coming from back and forwards. So again, we're just going to reset that each time from back to forwards. And of course, this is going to flow into other types of motions as well. Back to forwards. And again, whatever we do on one side, make sure that you're doing that on the other. Make sure that you're way far away from your body when you're doing this so that you don't accidentally hit yourself in the back of the head. So if you're watching closely, you'll notice my arm is really far away from my body. So that's what we're aiming for. And when you get to the end of the motion, you're going to notice that my forearm is kind of lit up in terms of the muscles, because after this motion, would incorporate it, flipping it over a different direction. So up and over, up and over. So from there, we're going to swing it around. We already practiced that, so let's now bring it back of the arm and down. Back of the arm and down, back of the arm and down. Again, way far away from the body and way far away from your head. So if you accidentally hit yourself in the head, it's because you weren't staying far out this way, away from your center line of your body. So you want to really rest that back into the back of your tricep muscle, far away from your deltoids. And you'll notice that I'm also keeping my hand up here, just in case, to make sure that I don't hit my head. It also gives my arm somewhere to be during this process. Now as I swing it back, I'm actually not swinging it back very hard. I'm just swinging it back just enough to lift the nunchuck up and over and then bring it back down. And then let's go back to the first side. Make sure you're shaking it out in between each of the motions. So for the next one, we're going to bring it back, but then back down, back and back down, and we're going to swing it around. Back, down, around. So it's kind of two motions, but we turn it into one. Back, down, around. Back, down, around. Speeding it up, this is one of the most classic type of nunchuck motions. And it's just, again, back, down, around. Sped up, looks a little something like this. And at the end of the motion, when we're coming down, you're going to want to fling it back, like that. So, back, down, around, back. Back, down, around, back, etc. And then, at the end of the motion, you're going to want to start to introduce the catch. So you brought it back down and around, and now you're catching it. So down, around, catch. Do this very gently so that you're not smacking your hand too hard. Back, down, catch. Make sure you're breathing too, because we got to remember that the entire arm is going into the motion of this. Back, down, around, catch. And again, whatever we do on one side, we're going to do on the other. So back, down, around, catch. Reset it for back, down, around, catch. That breeze is feeling great out of here. It's kind of a spring day here in Tucson. Back, down, around, catch. Again, back, down, around, catch. Other side. Now you notice the next motion is going to be to incorporate the hand, because after we go back, down, around, and before we were catching, maybe this time instead of catching, we're just going to do what I call a palming motion, where when it goes back, we use our palm to fling the nunchuck up and back over, like that. It's kind of hard to do it slow, but it would look a little something like that. You kind of bring your arm around and fling it back down like that. So you kind of fan the nunchuck back into this position. So now this time with your back motion, instead of allowing the nunchuck to impact with your tricep, your nunchuck is now impacting with your hand. Again, you're also flinging it away from the back of your arm at the same time, so the impact to your hand is very, very minimal, and it's more of an assist to speed the nunchuck up like this. You're using that little slap motion. But you're also pulling the nunchuck with your arm out of that motion while you're also using your hand. And again, you would also do this on the other side. Always practice it slow, break down the motions like I've told you. Don't just simply try to go fast right out the gate. You're gonna wanna practice this for days, weeks, or months before you start to speed things up. I'll see you guys on the next video. Cheers.